morning, family. La diosa dominicana, la santera. Welcome to episode 273. Say what needs to be said. And this morning, I am just thinking about the art of communication. I'm thinking about all of the shit that is left unsaid, all of the things that we carry. You know, have you ever been in a situation where someone says something to you that's incredibly offensive, but you stayed silent, like this, and this? Sometimes, you know, we come out of pocket. Sometimes we speak to people in ways that are offensive or disrespectful or demeaning or condescending. And so I think that we're guilty of that, and also others are guilty of that, right? I think that good communication, you feel like there's a mutual respect and there's a way that healthy communication is approached. Going off the deep end, having a shouting match, you don't feel heard. You don't feel seen. You know, sometimes it feels good because we're carrying so much shit and we just want to explode on people. But we need to understand that we're doing that and why we're doing that, and that perhaps some people don't deserve it, don't deserve our wrath. So how can we say what needs to be said in a way that makes us feel like, okay, I've released this, I've said what needed to be said, and I was really loving in the delivery, or as loving as we can be, because we can be assertive and loving. We can be firm and loving. It's just when it borders on disrespect and shouting that parties don't feel heard. That's what I'm feeling today. I'm feeling the importance of communication. You know, as I think about the things that we're all going through collectively and globally, with our government and being surrounded by hate and just anxiety and panic and mental illness and depression and worry and financial worries, relationship worries, like feeling unstable, feeling uncertain, feeling whatever it is that we're feeling. And sometimes we explode on people that are closest to us because we just don't know any other way of getting our point across, and recognizing that the people that we're going off on are not to blame, are not the enemy. I am so guilty of taking out so much of my frustrations on my daughter as she was a young kid. Like I don't think I will ever fully understand the damage that was done in the moments that I was wounded and wounded her with my words, with the way I communicate, or the way I communicated with her, because I'd like to think that I've changed, but it's very easy for me to access the Alicia who goes off, who goes the fuck off and is like, what the fuck, like respect to me is such a trigger. Oof. It's such a trigger of past trauma. It's not even funny, man. So I have offended my daughter as a young girl, and I have taken out a lot of my moments of feeling powerless and demeaned and demoralized in corporate America, or in bad relationships, or in my worries about our safety and security. And she was never the cause. And I will always beg her for forgiveness for that, because I was wounded, and I'm human and I got it wrong. And I try every day to do better. I try to wake up every day, and I have rituals, right? I like to wake up. Let me tell you, I do not like to speak in the morning. I record my show after I have had many hours of silence, because I really like to start my day off thoughtful. And when I'm taken out of that out of my own rituals, when I allow myself to be taken out of that, I'm off balance and I lose it and I'm not centered, And that affects my communication because it's how you start your day is generally how you carry. Unless you're like, you know how to switch that shit off and keep it pushing. For me, I carry things into the day, and how my day starts is how I will begin to treat others. And so this morning I didn't wake up on the best foot. I'm having some trouble sleeping right now, and I'm trying to figure out why that is or what it's about. It might be because I'm back home well, I'm not back home. I'm actually coming to you live from Florida. I'm in Orlando, family, visiting my sisters, my comadre, and my nieces and nephews, and my parents. But we have an opportunity every single moment of every single day to begin again, to apologize for the ways that we might have fucked up and got it wrong, and learn new ways of communicating that are healthy for all of the parties involved. So with that, let's meditate. Let's take some deep breaths in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe normally. What is your truth today? What is your truth today about how you're feeling, about your life, about the direction of your life, about how you're living, about who you're surrounding yourself by? In what areas do you feel like there is something that needs to be said? To who is there something you need to say something to? What needs to be said? And what way, to who, in what experience or circumstance or situation? What needs to be said? What's rising for you? Write it down. You know the drill. Pause. You can pause this reflection, this journal at any moment to reflect, to journal, to write about, to scream, to cry, to feel, whatever it is that's rising. What do you need to say? What can you say today? And when you're ready, only when you're ready, come out of meditation. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I forgive you. I'm only human. I fuck up. I get it wrong. I take on too much sometimes. I didn't mean to offend you. I own my part. I'll do better. Those are some of the things that came up for me in my meditation. It's about delivery, yo. Communication is about delivery. Like, what are we speaking from? A place of fear and worry and shame? check that. We have to check that. We need to begin to do that self-inventory about how it is that we're approaching certain things. Are we coming from a place of high anxiety and stress? Or have we reflected on how we want to approach someone in something? Have we thought out that whole conversation? I like to think I do that shit. Like, I have something that I want to say to someone. I'm either journaling about that shit, bouncing it off someone. Because when we speak from a place of like emotion and passion, sometimes we say shit we don't mean to say. And that's never good. So with that, my prayer is that you find ways to say the things that must be said, that need to be said, in ways that you would want to receive it. How would you want to receive it? Like, truly, do unto others as you would want unto you. Think about that shit. How the fuck are you speaking to people? Because if you come out of your face to someone, they might come out of their face to you. And is that the kind of communication you want? Or do you want to have a conversation with someone and say, yo, I've spent the past few days thinking about this, or the past 6 months, or the past 12 months, or the past 5 years carrying something. I really hope that you're open to hearing what I have to say. And maybe we stay quiet and listen to that and receive it. And if we don't want to respond, we don't have to. Just because someone wants to communicate with us doesn't mean that we have to have our fucking rebuttal. We can sometimes shut the fuck up, sit there and just hear what they have to say, and then process it for ourselves and come back. Follow? It's a communication is a two-way street. So with that, I'm wishing you healthy communication. I'm wishing you so much fucking love and peace and tranquility in your life. And my intention for today is to do better. Communicate better, communicate from the heart, and forgive myself for losing it this morning, because I was not communicating in loving ways, and I don't like that. That shit doesn't feel good. So I'm beginning again, starting now. You know the drill. If you like what you hear, subscribe, comment, share, repost, email your family. Follow me on Instagram, La Santera and Afro Latina Show, and I am Diosa Dominicana on Twitter and Tumblr. Email me, info.aliciaanabel@gmail.com. Anything that you have on your heart. Have an amazing day, family. Peace. Moyuva lofi, moyuva loro, moyuva lo dumare, la bendición de mis guías y protectores.